All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to come to you once again. This is your host, Bobby Collier, representing the House of Common Sense. And today, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but what I want to speak on today is there's a fight in Washington, D.C. That's the subject for today. Now, I don't want to make nobody angry, okay? But it is what it is. See, there's a big fight in Washington, D.C., okay? There's a big fight in Washington, D.C., and ain't nothing getting done for the people. A big fight in Washington, D.C. The Republicans and the Democrats is in a big fight. Huh? It's a battle to the end. Okay. Now ain't no blood being shed now. Don't get it twisted. Okay. It's not no bloodshed. It's just certain things are being done against each other to cause one or the other a problem. There's a big fight in Washington, D.C. And I don't sometimes I look at Donald Trump and I don't think he really wanted to be president. Okay. But since he got the job now, he got a deal. You know, he talked about winning during his campaign. That we're gonna win, 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 and keep on winning. Well, it's not happening. Okay, the Trump administration right now is losing. They're losing. He only got one thing accomplished that was on his agenda, and that's he was able to appoint a Supreme Court justice that sits on the highest court in the United States. All right. Now the fight now is repealing or replacing the Obamacare. That's the fight now. But a fight got started before that concerning the 2016 presidential election. There's a big fight in Washington. Then there was a fight before that concerning Miss Hillary Clinton on the email server in Benghazi. There's a big fight in Washington. See, and we as the American people, okay, must remember that they're working for us. We hired them. They are our employees. We as a people gonna have to stop the fight. Come on now, let's just this is common sense. I represent the House of Common Sense. If you are an employer and you hired, okay, a group of people to work for you, and a fight break out on the job, that's got to go. That's got to be suppressed. Huh? Come on, y'all. This is just common sense. As the American people, you are the employer. You have to stop them fighting. But as the people in America, who's supposed to be the head, okay, we're sitting back acting like a waiter. And we let our employers, now I'm sorry, we let our employees, which is the government, we let them do whatever they want to do. Okay? So they can F off on the job as much as they want to and fight and scratch and you know, we don't say that as a people. Okay. See, it's gonna be hard to replace and repeal the Affordable Care Act. Now why do I say that? It's gonna be hard to replace and appeal the Affordable Care Act. Why? It was a big accomplishment that was accomplished during the Obama administration. Okay, the Democratic Party under 8 years of the Obama administration managed to do two things that was worldwide and all the way live. Okay, in this country, they did two things that affected everybody to a certain extent. The first thing on the Affordable Care Act, you had to purchase insurance coverage. If your employer did not provide it, it still didn't take the burden off you, the employee. Okay. If your employer had a certain amount of employees, they had to provide some type of coverage for those employees or be penalized. Come on, y'all. I mean, some of y'all got short memory. Think. All right. This was under the Affordable Care Act. And the Affordable Care Act was basically unconstitutional because it forced you to enter into a contract that you basically didn't want to. You had to go into that contract if you whether you wanted to or not, or you would be penalized. That was unconstitutional. We took away the freedom of choice, which was actually a law that was given and passed down from God. You took that away from the people under the Affordable Care Act. And actually said, you're going to buy insurance or we're going to deal with it. So if you had a job, okay, whether or not your employer provided health care insurance or not, all right, when you file your taxes, okay, you had to show on there that you had insurance and you had a number put down corresponding with your coverage. If you couldn't provide them that information, then you got penalized. So your refund was a little slack when you got it. Or sometimes you ended up owing them. Government kept that money for themselves under the Affordable Care Act. Okay. So everybody that had a job had coverage because they had to buy. Hmm? Everybody that was drawing Social Security or any type of disability through the government, health care coverage was automatically deducted out of their checks before they got it under the Affordable Care Act. Okay. So it was a command, a demand that you're going to buy this regardless. If you don't, we can deal with you. That's unconstitutional. Okay. As I said in previous video, I have been driving down the highway and saw people driving a car so raggedy, or a truck so raggedy. All right. They done had several accidents or hits, you know, the, the black lights in the back broke out, cracked, no headlights, stuff hanging down on it, fenders rattling and smoking. Okay. They needed another car or truck. I was in the transportation industry for right at 25 years. I drove tractor and trailer. I was a commercial driver. I seen drivers at the truck stop and on the road with some of the raggediest tractors I ever seen in my life. Fenders flapping on it, okay? Tires slick. That's it. Man, that man sure need another truck. But nobody couldn't make him buy one, okay? Even if he had the money in his pocket and could afford to buy one, you still couldn't make him buy it now unless he wanted to, okay? That's a freedom of choice. That's a God-given right. Nobody can make you buy something that you don't want. Now, when it comes down to insurance, insurance is based on a contract, okay? All right? And somebody got to sign off on it. The person that is being insured have to sign off on it. That's a contract. When we go to Uniform Commercial Code, No one can force you to enter into a contract. You have to enter into a contract knowingly, willingly, and understandingly. Okay, you have to be in agreement with the person that making the offer of contract. But under the Obamacare, that didn't happen. You was forced to sign off on the contract or be penalized. Some people took the penalty. Some people took it. Employers, a lot of employees took it. A lot of employees took it. So you ain't gonna make me do what I don't want to do. I'll accept the penalty before I agree to do that. Well, that's what they wanted you to do. Okay. Either way, they got over. Okay. That was one of the things. Okay, that was in favor of the insurance company because the insurance company, you got to realize, had to accept. Okay, could not charge people more that had pre-existing conditions. All right, under the insurance system that we had before the Affordable Care Act, so-called Obamacare, before that even was even talked about or was put in place, we had a good health care, I mean, insurance in place. The previous healthcare system that we had, when we start talking about insurance, wasn't that much wrong with that other than fraud by the healthcare providers. Okay, that could have been turned out of there. Okay, the previous healthcare system that we had before the Affordable Care Act did not need to be replaced. It just needed some adjustment made because it seemed like the only thing that was wrong with it is that the healthcare providers were cheating. They were falsifying claims. They were doing procedures that really wasn't necessary. Was necessary. They could have waited for a while. So under the previous healthcare system before the Affordable Care Act, you had two victims: the insurance companies and the people. Because if the doctor said, "Okay, you got to have this surgery, you got to have," you might necessarily didn't need to have that surgery. Okay, there could have been something else, physical therapy or something, or some kind of other treatment without surgery. But whatever the doctor told the patient they needed, the patient went along with it because they were the doctor. They know if the patient trusts the doctor. Okay, they trust the doctor. A lot of women needed a hysterectomy, and that was on the system. They didn't get a second opinion. They went on and got the hysterectomy, especially black women. See, so our previous healthcare system didn't need to be replaced. It just needed to be tweaked a little bit. Okay, we need to turn this down. Right, we need to turn that up. Okay, we need to pull this out. It didn't need to be replaced. See, you don't replace an engine just because it's got a bad carburetor. You deal with the carburetor. See, so the insurance companies got to make money because they have to pay out a lot of money. Because see, under the Obamacare, they had to accept people that had pre-existing condition. They had to charge them a normal charge as the same as somebody that had good health. So the person that had pre-existing condition would pay the same as a person that had good health. Well, that was a high risk to the insurance companies when you use common sense now. We look at it from a business point of view. See? So Obama had to make up to the insurance company and say, okay, well, we'll make it mandatory that everybody that's got a job or every employee or every employer that employs so many people will have to buy insurance. And that'll balance things out on the pre-existing condition. Okay, it'll sort of, you know, equal the scale out a little bit. Okay, so that's why it was mandatory that everybody that had a job buy coverage or be penalized. Well, from that aspect of the Affordable Care Act, it was unconstitutional. Okay, and it's like that up until this day, that there's a penalty for not buying coverage. Now, everybody didn't have health care because the people that didn't have no job or wasn't no Medicare or getting drawing disability, they didn't have no coverage. Okay, now the Obamacare is not that bad. It just needs to be tweaked a little bit. It don't need to be replaced. Okay, Trump just wanted replaced because it was done by a black man. See, all right, and Trump wanted his legacy in as being the top dog on health care. But so far, his party hasn't came up with anything better. All right. Now, the second thing that was done under the administration, on the Obama administration, was they opened the floodgate for homosexuality. That affected this country of the abomination and the sin of homosexuality. All right. Under the Obama administration, that was welcome, regardless of what type of Christian belief you had. They locked Kim Davis up because she refused to issue a marriage license to two men that wanted to get married. They put her in jail, all right, and she was a white woman, okay. Why did she refuse? Because of her religious belief. So the Obama administration stood up against the body of Christ, all right. The Jesus that you worship and pray to and praise, he went against him. He stood up against the body. He stood up against the Holy Bible and the Quran. Okay, that had a great effect on this country. when you let a man go into the women's restroom, when a grown old crusty ass man had the right to go up into the women's restroom, that law, okay, is alive and well right now because transgender men have the same authority as real women. Okay, so y'all don't. Some of y'all don't realize the effect that homosexuality have. You should be able to identify gender. So if a transgender man can walk into the restroom, I can throw on me a frock and some high heel shoes and a wig, and I can go in there too. Oh, I don't want to make nobody. I know some of y'all already done got your lips stuck out. Okay, so homosexuality caused a lot of problems in this country. It was a big fight in Washington D.C. over that. Big fight in California. Big fight in North Carolina, and all the states that bucked it. Okay, was hit with discrimination. So you had to let them do what they wanted to do. They shoved it down your throat and said, "You're going to accept it or else." That had a great effect on this country. See, because if I'm an employer now, all right, and a full-fledged faggot come apply for a job, I got a job opening now. I'm an employer and I got a opening, and a full-fledged faggot come to apply for the job. Now, if y'all want to know what a full-fledged faggot is, it's one, it's a man that acting and talking like a woman. It's a wannabe woman. A homosexual man is a wannabe woman. Okay? You got to understand the power of your woman. Okay? Some men that were born a man will do almost anything to be or try to be a woman. Because it can never be a woman now. But they'll just about give their life, okay, to look like a woman. Okay? See. So here's this full-fledged faggot come and apply for the job. Okay. Now I'm as the employer, I don't want no faggots on the job. All right. See, I don't want no faggots working on the job. Period. Okay. I don't want that image in my employment. And I have a right to feel that way. See, homosexuals, the LGBT ain't the only one that got rights. See, that thing caused a big fight in Washington and here among the people. And folks still mad about it. See, but when Obama passed the Non-Discrimination Act against the LGBT, he gave them the right to do anything they want to do. So The man said, "Well, I want that job. Say, I'm qualified for it." I said, "Yeah, but I can't hire you because you're a faggot. I don't hire faggots." Okay. "Oh, I can't hire you because you're homosexual." Okay. Well, if I say that, they can take me to court, sue me, take my benefit. If they find out that I discriminated against them because, or I didn't hire them because they were gay, they still can take me to court. If they request my services and I refuse because of my Christian belief and the way I feel in my heart, they can still persecute me under the discrimination. That's what we got. That was a big fight, but it got passed. Okay. So that's the two big accomplishments that happened under the Obama administration. Okay. That affected the United States of America. Okay. Because it really made it more harder to identify gender. Okay. Okay. Under that scenario, all right. Under that claim, okay, you executed deception because a homosexual man or woman is a deceiver. They want you to think that there's something that they're not. They are a deceiver. It's a sin to deceive folk. Here you acting like a woman, but you ain't nothing but a man. Here you acting like a man, but you was born a woman. That's a deceiver. That's a liar. Okay. So it can't be of God. It can't be of good. It has to be of evil. That's what happened to our country. It was already bad enough. See, but under the Obama administration, they throw gas on the fire. See, and it created a big fight in Washington. Okay, see, Trump will not get anything done, and if he do, it'll be very, 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 very hard for him to get anything accomplished because he's hated by the Democratic Party. They're gonna fight against him. Make no difference if what he's proposed is good. They're gonna be parties that gonna buck against it. See, the Democratic don't like you. Okay. Now, not so much that they hate Republicans, they don't like Donald Trump. Huh? And Republicans and Democratic fight just like Christians and Muslims. All right, just like Jehovah Witnesses and Christians. Okay, but the people in Washington D.C. they are under they're under contract through the people. We're supposed to be running them. We got to cut that mess out. We got to knock that stuff off. See? So, Mr. Trump, the Democrats don't like you. All right, you haven't did the things that you said that you was going to do. Well, I understand why. You got haters around you. Okay, because the Democrats got to go along with the Republicans. Republicans have to go along with the Democrat. It's a 50-50 thing, man. It's a give and take thing. Okay, but even your own party, Mr. Trump, see, this fight in Washington, man, is a real dirty fight. Because even your own party is standing against you. Huh? Your own party is standing against you. And I'm tell you why I say that now. I listen to your statement, and this is concerning the Affordable Care Act and replacing and repealing the Obamacare. Okay, you said that more Republicans uh, will have to be hired. We got to hire some more Republicans. But if you got to hire some more Republicans, you can't have so many. That means you ain't satisfied with the one that's working. So I mean, the way I look at it, that means somebody else gonna get fired. Why? Because you ain't pleased with the Republicans that's in there that's supposed to be on your side because a lot of them going against you. Now, when your own party starts standing up against you, it's a dead cat on the line. See, see, there's a big fight in Washington. See, now they making money, they're getting overtime and all that stuff. All these meetings and uh, these Senate reviews and committee questions, folks, and examining and cross-examining, and you know, all this paper is being used, ink, people reading, staying up all night long, reading so much until they got bags under their eyes, you know, because of this big fight that's in Washington. Ain't nothing getting done. See, come when you fighting, ain't no work getting done. There's a lot of stuff getting tore up. A lot of stuff getting tore down. But what about the people? You don't care nothing about the people. Don't care about the people. Don't care that much about the people. They talk a good talk concerning people, but they don't really care about the people. Shit always fall downhill. Most of the shit gonna fall on the people. Okay, you know, you got people will say out bluntly, loud. Okay, I heard Rush Limbaugh said that he hoped Obama failed when Obama was president. A lot of people said that they wanted Obama to fail. They also said that Obama cheated in an election. They said George W. Bush cheated in the election. This is nothing new. Now they're saying Donald Trump cheated in the election by the way of Russia. Okay, so folks already hated you, Donald, because you won. Now they're saying that the only reason why you won is because Russia went in there, hacked into the ballot, got into the system, and might change some numbers around. Hmm? Well, if Russia broke into the 2016 election, they was able to hack that system. Okay, what else have they gotten into? I think they might have hacked into Miss Clinton private email server and picked up some classified information. Anybody talking about that? Hmm? If they smart enough now to break in, okay. Some people's only smart enough to break into your house, and they'll get whatever they can get out of your house. All right. If you got a safe in there, they could have $500,000. They don't they ain't got enough knowledge to go in and open the safe. But some people can break in your house and open your safe and go on about their business, and you'll never know they've been in there until you look in the safe and see the money gone. Okay, so if Russia was able to break into the 2016 presidential election, what else? What else did they hack in? Huh? See, there's a big fight up there. Ain't nothing getting done. So now, Mr. Trump, they're saying you should have been president. That Hillary should have been president because you cheated. You got ties to Russia. So they was already hating on you because you won. Now to find out that the only reason why you won is because okay, there was some cheating going on. Now they hate you even more. You're gonna catch hell this first 4 years. They may make you so frustrated. The fight may get so big in Washington, and you might get so frustrated until you resign. That's basically what they want you to do. Okay, they're gonna make sure that you don't win, 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 win. Huh? See, they don't like it because you fired it. Democrats don't like it because you fired Coney, the FBI director. They don't like it. They don't like it. You done that. Okay. Clinton's got a lot of power. You know the Clintons don't like you because you dog Clinton during the presidential campaign. You really trash her out there. Made her look bad. Okay, and everybody know that Coney let Clinton off the hook concerning the email server that she did violate it. She did have some violation there that should have been looked at a little bit closer. She did cover up some stuff that she didn't want folks to see. So the FBI director let Clinton off the hook. But Trump didn't like that. You know, if Trump become president, he was gone. Okay, but Trump wanted Clinton to be persecuted. All right, but see, sometimes the chicken come back to roost. Chicken come back to roost sometimes. Look at what you up against. Will criminal charges be filed against you? Huh? See, sometimes what goes around comes around. It come back around. See, the one thing you have to understand about Democrats are biased people. It's all right for them to be a Democratic, but they have a problem with you being a Republican. That's bias. All right. So there's always a fight between Democrats and Republicans. They just don't like one another. It's hard for them to get along with one another. It was the same way with Obama. The Republicans basically fought Obama the whole time he was in office. The Republican won the House. It's a big fight in Washington. Always have been. Always will be. But see, and I'm gonna close with this. There's a difference between a politician and a public servant. Huh? There's a big difference between a politician and a public servant. Everybody up there in Washington that's supposed to be working for the people are politicians. They're concerned about their political career. See, see, a public servant is only concerned about what is good for the people, and then they present that plan to the people and let the people decide. That's a public servant. We don't have that in Washington. In Washington, they tell you what you're going to do, and if you don't do it, they going to deal with you. The government never had the right to assault the people. Okay? Anytime any member of a government assault the people, you take that government out. Go on the job and slap your boss man. See what happens. That'll be your last day working that job. Because the employee, okay, hmm, don't have authority over the employer. We, as the American people, are the employer. And it's time for us to stop the fight in Washington.